Scott. Josh wants to go for it.
Alright, today we are going to be installing a Canam Renegade graphics kit. First, you want to pull the seat off, because some of these places are hard to get if you leave the seat. So, we're pulling the seat off. If it had some decals on it already, we would have needed to use Goo Gone to get all that sticky off, but it was basically stickerless, so we were good to go. Yeah, it didn't really have factory graphics. Alright, as you can see in the time lapse that we just took, we just went ahead and hit the whole machine with denatured alcohol just to get all those residues off. Even if it's brand new plastics, you still want to hit it with denatured alcohol because there's still stuff, even brand new plastics.
It just turned off, or the screen went off.
That's fine.
It goes
It's
to
fine.
sleep.
Oh, it is?
Yeah,
My
similar
bad.
to you, it goes to sleep at night. After not being played with, so it's a little bit. Okay.
Alright, take two.
So how am I supposed to tell
Just
if
keep
I'm
playing,
even in the
alright?
shot then? Alright, I'm just hoping it's in the shot then.
Alright, so there's many places you could start on this. We're going to kind of go through what I would suggest doing first, and then you can use certain pieces to help you get the design to line up in other spots. Just trying to get all this approximately where you want it to go. Try not to let it stick until you push it down with the squeegee. Work it to this edge right here. Probably need a little bit of heat for that right there, so we're going to go down with it. Work it in there. And then you can just go down with it. A little bit of heat. Attack the middle of it first, and then it'll spread the stress out to the edges. You don't have to worry about it coming back up. A little bit of a bubble here. I know with our vinyl, you can pull this back up and rework it down, and you're good to go. Some vinyls that I've used, they weren't so forgiving, so you'd leave the sticky from the graphics and stuff on the plastics, and that's awful. So we use a material that you can be forgiven when you make a mistake or leave a bubble or whatever. Good. Alright, so this piece looks big and scary, but it's not so bad. Try and get the design to line up as good as possible. Get this stuff down here. Go up with it. You're gonna work to this body line right here. Peel this edge up because we haven't actually squeegeed this down yet. Work it into that body line. You're just trying to keep the stress out of that area because this is a known spot to pull up on these. And then you just work it all out. Work down to this next body line. Again, you want to hit all of this with heat afterwards to really set the adhesive. But putting this in stress free right here is key because usually this right here wants to pull back up. So you just want to unstick it from this edge, really working into that corner, and you work up with it. Alright, so as you can see over here, once you get these two main pieces on, you can kind of piece everything around them, and it's at that point you just try to finagle with the piece to get the design to line up as good as you can. Same with the back, you just want to get that templarized where it needs to go, so that hopefully you don't have to trim anything. So we are going up front now. We'll go off this body line up here. Go right along that top. Right along that top, and then you can just work it down. A few little bubbles up here. Work that back down. Good to go. So basically on all these pieces we want to focus on getting the design to line up. That is the key. This being a camo kit is a bit more work than a normal kit, but we'll get her. On every graphics kit you want to start you want to start in the middle of whatever panel you're working on. Like if you put this on a certain way, you might not be able to get the design line up here, but if you put this middle piece on, then you can get both these pieces to line up like you need to. Alright, you want to pop that up. Make sure it doesn't drop anything. Alrighty. Again, this piece you just want to get it to fit. Get it all tacked down. That's where I want it to go. Just working contour to contour. And we got this body line. Alright, we'll hit this with a little bit of heat to get that to stick right where we like it. Okay. Get that stuff real nice. Alright, so yeah, once you have these front ones on, you kind of just start piecing in all of these. And some pieces might need trimmed a little bit depending on how you're trying to line up all the designs. Yeah, once we get this one here, then we'll work on this, or this, and then we'll work on this, connecting the design of all of this, and making that work out. Alright, as you can see, we were able to just get that stuck on there, because if there's nothing really to line up other than this one piece. Got this on here, fits perfect. And then we're just trying to bridge the gap of these two pieces, and we can do that by moving this around a little bit. And every graphics kit's different. Some you might need to trim in other places than others because you've had to do certain things to get all the design to line up. So Might require a little bit of trimming here and there, depending on what design you've got going down. Alright. So on these three pieces right here, we'll do this one and this one. And we can use this one right here to move it around a little bit to get the design to line up between all the pieces. This is one of the trickier ones on the graphics kit. Get this corner right where it needs to be. Run that down the edge. Again, we'll work this contour right here first. And you're going to try and pull it back up off this contour because it automatically wants to stick to it. Alright. Go down into this. You come up with it. Bring all that air out. That leaves you basically stress-free. Puts it right where it needs to be. Alright. So on this one, you like to put the corner of the graphic right here. Get this edge going right down the front, something like that. Get that front edge, just work down contour to contour. Oh, in the worst spot, wonderful. Big deal. Another one. These are a little bit hard to get all the way into. A bit more of a flexible squeegee would help, but I like these stiff boys for basically everything else. Bubble free. There you go. Okay, we'll hit that with a little bit of heat real quick. So keep filming, Josh. Just want to make this a little bit more flexible. Alright, so on this piece, like we talked about before, we're looking to try and get the design to line up like so. Looks like a lot of broken areas on this, but you can kind of use this piece to float and get designs to line up. Alright, so we have now completed basically this whole side. I threw a few pieces on without videoing just because it's pretty obvious where this needs to go. There's really no direction needed there. Got this all on. Need to heat all this with some heat still, but these are pretty self-explanatory as well. I usually put the middle on first and then hit these so you can kind of play with that a little bit. Part piece button and mark on the other side. That area is pretty self-explanatory as well. But yep, that's how you do an install on a Canam Renegade. Alright, so once you are done installing the kit, you want to heat it down with a heat gun. You can use a torch, you can use a hair dryer. It's just going to be a little bit slower. But just heat down the whole kit. You want to check all the edges. And then you're good to go. Looks pretty good though. Alright guys, thanks for watching the video. We will be doing more install videos on full Honda kits, Yamaha kits, anything that comes in the shop. So stay tuned for more coverage here in the near future on more install videos. Cut.